It is a world of darkness. The sin of Cain has spawned the cursed horror that stalks the night in search of living blood. The kindred have long been a secret influence through all ages of human history, plotting against each other in a never-ending jihad. Their immortal progeny are among us to this day, hidden from the eyes of humanity by an elaborate masquerade.
burn it at both ends. I like the fire causing mayhem. I'm not tired, I've been waiting, I'm not forsaken. I'm my own and I'm jaded. Energy comes from my hatred. Call me the villain, cause I be killing. I got no feeling, I've been dealing with all my demons. I like to feed them, they be chilling, yeah they be screaming. I can hear them in my mind, they just wanna find any fight, any reason.
Dark side, there ain't no place to hide. All your fears are electrified. Welcome to the hard side, where it's all do or die. We're the shadow to the light. I can feel it in my bones. I'm addicted to the thirst. I ain't never letting go, even when it hurts. This is my curse.
Have to be working to deserve it. Adrenaline is surging, ain't no serving. I'm the king, bring me everything that I've ever wanted, that I need. I believe I could be anything, watch me. Give me a second to blow, give me a second to grow. Be at the top of the show, be at the top like a pro. I flip the switch, different mode. No, they ain't laughing, no joke, cause I attack when they won't.
Welcome to the dark side, there ain't no place to hide. All your fears are electrified. Welcome to the hard side, where it's all do or die. We're the shadow to the light. I can feel it in my bones. I'm addicted to the thirst. I ain't never letting go, even when it hurts. This is my curse.
There we go. I have killed the music and mics are live. We are back once again. Ta-da! We have most of our beautiful faces sitting across from us at this side. At this time, got a couple people absent for one reason or another. Real life, just kind of being real life. So we are going to kick this off. Do we have somebody to do a recap? And who is taking the notes?
I can do the recap.
Okay.
I'm just going to go based on the notes here. I'm not going to read it line by line.
Yeah, you don't have to read it line by line.
Yep. Okay, so basically last time on Ashland, and apparently it's been dubbed "And I Feel Fine." It starts with most everybody in attendance, with the exception of Damaris. So basically, Danny, Ben, Sophie, Henri, Remus, and Johnny, and then later on, a newcomer, temporary. Everybody met at the Red Lion Inn. Basically, when everybody arrived, they explained. Let's see here. She explained that Trudy knows a time sorcerer and that basically they look at the future and the past, but it wouldn't mess with the timeline. Trudy had had a sighting of someone that she knew was dead, but basically the two of them had been pulled out of time and pulled back in time by Noah. They went to a Sedite who had a stone that she had in Houston, that the mummy Hugo, which I think we've met, had, but I guess the Sedites had somehow gotten and returned it and then vanished. Essentially, they're a chronomancer. The chronomancer said that the timeline had been corrected, and then Trudy had checked to see that the stadium was back under construction, but it wasn't. It was still completed. Cue an entry from basically a caitiff, Reverend Elias Turner. There had been some discussions about God and Cain and, the correlations and such with that. After that, everything sort of reconvened back, and essentially it goes into us wanting to retrieve the coin that the sisters wanted us to. Was it the sisters? No, I misnamed that.
It was the ghost.
The ghost talk. No, that's not it. Oh no, the daughters of Crusoe wanted the 10,000 to do the stakeout. Okay, sorry, I was trying to go in there. So the ghost talk wanted us to basically get this coin, which is a fetter, and Sophie did some recon over to that area, and essentially we figured out they've got a couple of wraiths, a couple of ghosts, there's security that's all around, basically, and we're now at the point where we're discussing sort of a plan of action to go in and retrieve it. So that's it.
And it looks like it's my turn for notes, so
okay.
So skipped a lot. Hopefully that was succinct. So hopefully, I think we're good.
Cool, that works. So just as an FYI, everybody has returned back to the Red Lion Inn. You guys are still It's still the same night. You are deciding where to go from here. If you guys want to do an in-character recap to get some people kind of up to date in character, you can. At some point during the meeting, Danny has slipped out. Just like you looked around and she wasn't there. She was actually replaced by Harper.
Yo.
Who comes walking in with another burger and...
Probably.
Do you actually eat that stuff? Or is this just cover?
Well, I still have to throw it up, but I enjoy it still.
Okay.
It doesn't taste great, but I don't know.
To each their own?
It's nostalgic.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you have the Eat Food merit, you can taste what it's supposed to taste like.
Oh, it can?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then yes, it tastes great.
It's just not. It's just not fun when it comes back up, obviously.
So even if you have the merit, you still have to throw it back up.
Oh yeah.
It
just means you can. It just means you can consume it and hold on to it.
Right.
You don't have to. You're not going to immediately throw it up.
You just save that for a dramatically appropriate moment.
If you wanted to, yes.
Gross.
You're at least in with the prince.
Sorry, my nerves.
Bonjour, Harper. So the hamburger, that's quite different. It's okay.
It still tastes good. Do you want some?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
If I were to put that in my mouth, it would come right up. I'm not sure that's
okay.
Not pleasant for anyone.
That's what my food eats.
Ah, that is a very good way of looking at it. I'm very proud of you, Baroness. That's I would not expect that from you. Yes, that is what my food eats. Yes.
But if anything, it's just really good cover. So, what we doing tonight, boss?
Yeah, you came at an interesting moment.
Yeah, I passed Danny on the way in. Is everything okay? Do I need to shoot her in the knee again?
No, that's not necessary.
Okay.
We are going to procure a coin, some type of coin. I don't know. Someone
Oh, like 2 nights ago.
I don't know. This was new for me.
That's
right, the one that we discussed the other night. Yes,
Oh, okay.
we
You
just
told
did we just scoped out the location,
Yep.
and I don't think it's going to be easy.
Nope. The guy is a mage, or a sorcerer, rather. And he's got 2 wraiths with him.
He's something anyway, and he's a piece of work.
I did do some training, but I'm not up to that level yet.
He's like the Giovanni version of a wizard.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because he's got a couple of ghost guards that are not nice.
I did do some training, but I'm technomancer. Sorry.
Hmm.
And Jerome, the Reverend is still here then with us right now? Okay. So then Ben goes, well, Reverend, you were mentioning you know about ghosts. Like, would you be able to help us out to deal with them? You got that mojo?
So I could. I do believe I left the offer on the table of your group making a sizable donation to a local soup kitchen.
That's right.
If you're able to do that, then I reckon I could assist.
Will that help keep people off the streets?
It does, yes. It also provides them with a clean shelter for a time being and a hot meal.
That sounds a worthy cause.
Harder for me to feed then.
I'm sure there's still plenty on the streets for you, Henri.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
Sophie will pull up her phone and or take her phone and pull up the Soup Kitchen's website, see if there's a donate button.
There is. It's
Yeah, she'll just,
like most charity or charities, I should say, they have a little link at the top where you can make one-time donations by adding your information, or you can do it like on a monthly basis to help keep the place up to date or whatnot. They have a little ad letting you know that it's tax deductible and how much, whatever the threshold. It's usually like around $400 for like Oregon, or $800 for a family.
Does
Harper,
it
you
say how
have a reroll,
far...
by the way.
Hooray!
Thanks, Shelley.
Thank you,
I
Shelley.
actually could use one
Help
also.
him from afar.
Now that I'm looking at my sheet. Does it say how much could, like, how far the money will stretch, kind of a thing?
Yes, actually it does. For $13, you can provide up to three meals for three individuals. Obviously, more goes a lot further, but $13 is kind of the initial threshold that they look. But they also note every dollar counts, so whatever you donate will be put to good use.
Sophie will drop $1,000.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Good
It
cause.
said sizable, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Would they be open in the middle of the night? Probably not.
Not at this hour where you guys are at right now. No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll do it later.
Okay, and then
You can hit the website.
Sophie
Yeah.
gets a text. It's from Colin, and it says, "Babe, did you just buy some really expensive shoes?"
Uh-oh. He's got
If
transaction
only.
alerts
If
activated
only.
on his account.
She'll text back.
Donating to a good cause.
It's for a worthy cause.
Okay.
And then she'll say, not shoes.
Okay. There were some dots there where he was about ready to reply, probably concerning your feet. But then he just gives you 2 thumbs up and he says, okay, I'm, sends a text. I'll probably talk about when you get home. I got an alert. I just thought I'd check.
Love it.
Yes. Yes, it was me. She totally has dropped $1,000 on a pair of shoes.
Oh,
100%.
yeah. I mean,
Louis Vuittons don't, buy themselves.
True. Let alone when they actually come from Italy.
Right.
Pay that much in shipping.
No, she was actually present for those. She's not going to negotiate with the Camarilla, on their home turf in Europe and not walk away with shoes. Right. I mean, just
let's be
priorities.
Yeah, she did do some shopping while she was there in Venice.
Appearances must be maintained.
Mm-hmm.
You are representing a city, after all.
So, at any rate, so you obviously you make your donation at that point.
She will show the receipt to their guest.
Okay, so I mean, he looks at it a second. He says, "I'm not terribly good with technology. I know a little bit here and there. What's a Google reminder?"
It's a reminder for something in tech, usually personal.
So he kind of points at your screen for at your phone screen. He says, "So you showing me you got a reminder about something? What a reminder about what?"
I get a reminder. She'll look at her phone.
Okay, yeah, you see there's a Google reminder alert that's showing up, like just as you turned it away and showed it to him.
What is the reminder for?
The reminder actually says training.
Do I have any recollection of this reminder?
Not immediately, no. It doesn't sound like you set up anything. You're usually pretty diligent about that stuff. You also have, a person who takes care of your usual mundane things in the office, so it doesn't sound like it's related to that.
I'm going to try and track down the invitation. Okay. Invitation or whatever it's from.
Yes, she needs a reminder for the reminder. Yep. So you look it up and it's like a bunch of gibberish at gmail.com. It's like numbers and like, if it wasn't at Gmail, it would look like a spam email address. Yes.
Boss, you look confused. You want me to look at it?
Have at it. She will pass her phone over.
Okay. Can I work my magic on it and see if I can find out where it's from?
You absolutely can. Go ahead and roll intelligence and technology.
Okay.
Difficulty 6 or difficulty 7.
Gotta pull up my Discord. Hold on, sorry.
Ah, yes. The dice bot that does not like George.
He's not the only one it doesn't like.
It doesn't like me usually either. So
I was going to say, Sophie, don't you go saying that, because you had all kinds of successes last game.
That's true.
You had enough successes to share.
I'm going to knock on wood.
Oh. gone for one game and I can't remember.
Slash
MM.
/MM, thank you.
Space, whatever you have for your dice pool, space 7.
Make sure you're putting it in the little box.
Okay. My 10 explodes, so that's 3.
Okay.
successes.
So you look at that for a second. Obviously, you actually hook it up to your laptop at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, the little program that you have. It comes up asking if you want to clone the phone and some other options that you have with it. But you go through the routine of just trying to decrypt the email address just to make sure it's safe.
Mm-hmm.
And the coding to the Gmail address is actually code, and you can read it. Like, it immediately deciphers it once you put it through your system.
Oh.
And
what does it say?
The code actually spells out Egon Iomi.
Boss, you know anything about Egon Iomi?
Yes. It's been a while since we've spoken. Is there like a date and a time, or like a time and a place on here?
Yeah, Harper. When you take there is. Yeah, when you take a look at it, it's like it's a month old already.
It's a month old, boss.
Why am I just now getting the reminder?
Oh, the time stream corrected itself.
Did you?
Did it?
Oh, maybe.
I mean, I'm not there, so I don't know.
Huh.
Did you maybe put it in like on the wrong month?
I have no idea.
Do you remember doing anything like that on your phone at all?
No,
Okay.
but Egon is a little strange, and it's possible that he is passive aggressively reminding me that I ought to be practicing, and or that we need to set up another session. So
Do you have a way
that's
to
okay.
contact him to find out real quick if this is one of those weird time switch things?
I don't have a good way to contact him in general. He likes it that way. This is one of those very nervous kind of anarchs.
Sure.
He doesn't like people knowing where he is and what he's doing, and
Like Mr. V. I got you.
right.
Does he have any tech?
Yes, but you know what? If he needs to get a hold of me, then we'll figure it out. However, it occurs to me that this thing that I've been training with him could actually come in handy tonight on our escapade. So.
Okay, so
Great.
It's a telekinesis, basically.
Whoa, cool.
Okay.
It's a blood magic thing.
Oh, and speaking of which, Damaris, you did actually get the message that they were meeting tonight. So if you want to just show up, you can.
Well, I will, but not before I do the ritual.
Oh,
The
okay.
unweave ritual.
So go ahead then. It's a difficulty 8, intelligence and occult. You want to spend a willpower point?
Yes, I do.
I'm surprised. I have to remind you guys of that sometimes.
I was debating on it anyway, but I'm like, probably a good idea. Oh my god, really?
wow,
Real good idea, actually.
Jesus. So 3
Yeah.
total with the
willpower.
With the willpower.
With the willpower.
Okay.
Yeah. That is crazy.
All right, so you take a moment, you say your enchanting things in Irish Gaelic. Start focusing and casting your unweave spell, and voila. I mean, it's not like there's sparks or anything
No,
or
I know.
whatnot.
I talked to the book.
Okay.
Talked to Talus. Hey, Talus, do you understand me in English?
So when you respond, it's, "Hey, Talus, do you understand me in English?" You have a much deeper voice right now, but it's English. Like you understand it, you can write it. You just have a very
molasses style.
Yeah, kind of a Morgan Freeman drawl to you.
Okay, so it's not completely gone then, from what I.
And Sophie, you have a reroll thanks to
Yay.
Dave.
So
you,
I don't know how many times I can perform this, but I would be inclined to try again.
Go ahead.
Because of that.
Yep. Go
I'm
ahead.
not going to burn another willpower though.
Okay.
But 4.
Man, you are lucky that you have. I mean, you still have some successes, but you are really lucky that 10s explode. Because you've gotten just enough right there. You've gotten enough to kind of curse the whole team with at least 1-1.
Jesus, don't tell people that.
So you unweave again at this time, and hearing your voice at this point sound kind of like Morgan Freeman.
Trying to sounding like that.
Trying to unweave a spell. Hallelujah. And then you get done, and again, there's like no fanfare or anything. It's just you walk through the motions of the unweave spell, and finally you actually sound like the Damaris you're supposed to sound.
Okay. Phew. All right. None of that nasty business again. All right. Then I'll leave to the meeting.
Alrighty. So eventually you do show up. This was something you were working on while they were probably doing
pretty much, yeah.
Their other reconnaissance or whatnot. So by the time you guys are having this conversation about Egon Iomi and whatnot, Damaris comes walking in.
Sorry I'm late.
Hey, we can understand you. Congratulations.
Yeah, I figured out what happened. I had basically was cursed as a backlash. She follows a path. So that's what I figured out.
A path? Like the kind of path that we...
Like the kind of path that I do. Yeah, not my exact path, of course, but just a path in general. And it gives her the ability to basically curse people.
Whoa.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah, so I was cursed.
So she was able to do that even though you weren't there. You were just scrying and she got you.
It was a trigger from what I was able to research. So me scrying on her basically triggered the trap, if you will, which was the curse.
Okay.
And the backlash of it is, of course, what happened, unfortunately.
Did you happen to figure out a way that we can avoid that happening in the future?
Don't scry on her. Yeah, so you won't have an issue. That was I think it's obviously because she clearly knows that's easy for people to, well, not easy for people to do. I'm just saying she doesn't want to take the chance that people like me can do that, which is clearly successful.
So do you think astral projection would do the same thing?
I wouldn't chance it.
Okay. Great.
I can't confirm that'll happen, but based on my experience, it seems very plausible. So.
Well, welcome back.
Thanks. I reinstalled English.
We're glad you did.
This is celebration. We should wait till later to steal the coin.
So what is happening with that? I understand, and that you guys have checked out the area. This individual I know is clearly dangerous. So, what's the plan to retrieve the coin then?
Good question.
We don't have one.
What do you guys
So-
think?
We need to defeat his regular security system. Then we need to defeat his ghosts. Then we need to.
Security system.
Yeah.
I was going to say, isn't she?
Yeah.
Can you hack into those and maybe just make it, run a loop of tape? Or not tapes. Then
It's a
aging
simple.
myself.
It's a simple one where you just, you have to tap in the code.
Just turn it off.
Well, I meant also the cameras and such.
Oh
'Cause,
yeah, got cameras.
If you are hidden, you will be seen still by them.
I mean, can you just turn those off? Is that a thing you can do, like from your computer?
You don't think that would raise a red
Probably.
flag by turning them off versus?
If they're watching them all the time. Do you watch your security systems all the time?
Well, this guy has a seems like
he
a
has
pretty
Wraith,
good.
too.
Yep.
Harper, why don't you give me an intelligence and security check?
Yeah, like, is it a security team or just a system? Like, that's what I guess I want to understand. Like, did he have guards in there, or like people posted outside of his house?
No,
what
he
we
didn't
do?
he didn't have anything like that. I think larceny is the security for V.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Larceny.
Okay, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Goldman Nasai. Sorry, they changed that
okay.
in V20.
Yeah.
It used to be security.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
used to could.
It's called larceny.
Yeah.
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 Larceny.
Under skills.
Okay. Yep.
I have 0 dots on larceny.
Oh my
Bad
god,
nos.
I have 3
Wow.
Wow.
I have 1.
and security. So actually, I should be rolling for this too.
Did
I've been
you-
working on my own haven and stuff, so that's
Well, you-
why I
you
built
should-
it up.
you
I was
shouldn't
going to
have
say, did
security.
you buy that honestly?
It
yeah.
says larceny/security.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Because that's what I had.
you
Because that's what I was
probably-
specializing in.
Oh, did you have 4 dots in it already?
No. I was working
Oh,
towards it.
Gotcha.
So that's 2 successes because my 10s explode.
Alrighty. You would know that if it's one of those standard security systems, those are 2 layered. Like, you have the alarm that's set local, and then that alarm actually alerts security, like police department, or if it's a part of like a housing community or something, it would also alert the security team that's there or whatnot. As a computer hacker, you could easily find a way to sever that.
Okay.
So you'd have to be on site to try and do something about the physical alarm, but at least keeping the police from getting involved, that would help.
So I relay that information.
Excellent. Well, that's one.
So
That's
Harper
one layer
sounds
of
like
security.
Jerome and just bleh.
Techno babble. Yeah. But no, that's good. That means that's one problem out of our way. Now, how do we deal with the wraiths?
Well, the Reverend just said he'd be willing, and it looks like he got what he needed. But was that enough, Reverend? That what the Baron did?
No, I didn't see. I saw that Google reminder. So
Oh, right. She'll get back to the receipt and then show him that.
you donated 1,000. Well, that's right charitable of you. Thank you very much. That should be sufficient.
All right.
Anything to keep people off the streets.
Okay. And now, how do
That's
we?
not a bad thing for them to be on the streets, though.
Sophie, give me a willpower check. Mm-hmm. Difficulty 6.
This whole people on the streets thing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Woohoo!
3 successes. Okay. So you're able to mask your shiver at all this street people talk, but it's there nonetheless. Like you felt it, like the room got cold, even though it really didn't, sort of thing. But you held it in. You're just like, I don't really, yeah.
Okay. So that takes care of the wraiths. That takes care of the security system. What about him? How do we attack a sorcerer?
Remind me why you're not just going into buy this coin.
Because it's unlikely he's going to sell something like that. If
Yeah.
it's guarded the way it's guarded, that'd be weird if
He's-
he's willing to sell it.
Yeah. Can
Right,
someone
he's got
dominate
so
him?
many. Not me.
I don't think it would work. I think he's too powerful. Like it's easier, like on a mortal, but
But
One-
we just
he is
need to
mortal.
get in and grab the coin, though. Can someone hold him for like 2 minutes? Come in, grab the coin, and then leave.
I mean, theoretically, now that I've remembered this telekinesis, if there's like an open window, I could pick it up, maybe.
We gotta find it first, though.
we did find it.
In the house?
Yeah.
I took a little incorporeal trip. She'll like grab some paper and kind of draw out the layout of the house and where stuff is.
Okay.
And where the points of interest.
Do you have crafts? I believe you do. Yes.
I do have one. I have one.
Roll your dexterity and crafts.
It's a kindergartner version of the house.
And she can include celerity with that too.
I mean, she can draw a square.
Well, that
She
would
can
that
draw
would
real
be
fast.
You love it.
that would
Yeah.
basically be for rapidity at that point. I'm not going to have you add celerity to this, but
Okay, fine.
the celerity would make it go quick.
What's the difficulty?
6.
Okay.
I love it.
Wow. That's a Picasso.
Wow, I got 3 tens.
Okay, so
Hand that up in the.
That is
So-
nuts.
I have 1 in crafts,
So
but
Brittany-
I have 5 in dex.
Brittany, that's 2 games in a row
Oh wow.
that you've been, lining it up like Jose Canseco and knocking it out of the ballpark.
Wow.
So,
Oh gosh, something
that in
really
mind.
bad is gonna happen.
Yes.
Important.
There's an action and a reaction.
so
Shoot.
you're
I'm on bad luck.
so you guys are kind of inquiring about like what the layout is and what she's like. Oh, I can draw that. She gets a pencil real quick and clicks some graphite out, and between that and her celerity, within like the matter of a minute, like she has laid out what could probably be done in AutoCAD. Like it's nice and detailed and layered. It's like she's clearly Mr. Calling, And so with that map, yeah, I mean, if something sneezes in that house, where where it happened, how it's going to bounce off the walls. It's like she's even got acoustic effects, set up in there. Just really well done.
That's funny.
Jeez.
So
And
then looking at that map, does it look like there's a shot between like a window and where the coin would be?
oh, 100%. Yeah, because remember, it was in a bedroom that was basically converted into kind of like his trophy room.
Okay.
So, yeah, absolutely.
You probably wouldn't be able to notice this, but it's being that he is a sorcerer, it is very likely that there is something that is probably covering or not covering, warded around it.
We took a
Um,
look at his place. We weren't seeing any like weird magical wards or anything
Not
like that.
all
It's got
wards
power,
are
but-
visible in terms of, unless you're specifically looking for them, not all of them are.
Oh, it
Seeing-
might be a. Might
They
be a
wouldn't
trick.
guy.
show. They wouldn't show aura wise.
Would they, Jerome? Do I know that?
For magic,
Cool.
it would, yes.
Yeah, okay. So
Unless
yeah,
unless it had already been expended, Like, because a lot of wards you have to
Like
physically
triggered?
draw or something,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, if something had already been triggered, it's possible that you wouldn't see it because it's already been triggered, but you would still see the remnants of like the etching or whatever, you know, that was required to set the particular ward up. Like, for example, not to get biblical here, but when the Jewish people painted the blood over the archways of their doors, treat that like a ward. Okay, so once that ward was triggered, that blood doesn't go away. You know, it might flake off eventually or whatnot, but you're still going to see those, those marks and whatnot there. But in this case, it wouldn't register for any sort of magic at that point. It had already been spent.
Oh, so like the magic is not stored in the ward anymore.
Correct.
Okay.
Not all wards are permanent.
Yeah. So then,
So-
if you saw it, did you door percept the area to see if that?
Yeah, I did, and the only things that I noticed were the coin. There's a sword downstairs by the bar. I didn't get a good look at it, but there was something magical about it. And then there's also an illuminated manuscript that was kind of glowy.
Interesting. Did you? Well, my curiosity is going to naturally gravitate towards that manuscript that was glowy, but that's not the reason that we are going there.
You know what? By all means, if we get in there, okay. So my thought about this, I don't know what the manuscript is about. You're welcome to explore that. The sword, I didn't get a good look at it, but I know that there's some kind of a sword that works on wraiths. It's kind of like the sword is more powerful, like it exists in both this and the other side of the veil.
No, you're
And so
referring
it
to
can-
you're referring to a fennel sword.
Right. And so I don't know if that sword is one of those swords, but it's definitely worth looking at.
Are we just gonna rob this guy of like all of his?
That's what it sounds like.
Todd, you muted yourself.
Yeah, you're muted on the.
Sorry. So if Damaris is looking at the manuscript, I would be very interested in the sword.
I know I am not a part of your lovely gallery of kindred here, but might I offer a suggestion?
Don't steal.
No, I understand the need for obtaining the coin. Why don't you perhaps negotiate with him and make that be the tax, and encourage him to not remain within your domain? There isn't.
Okay. You basically mean do a shakedown, like
In essence.
basically get out and give us the coin.
In essence, if you provide the right incentives and intimidation, he'll likely leave without much of a fuss. If you attempt to
Rob him.
tackle him and rob him of all of the rest of his belongings, as
That could be
it
a revenge plot.
and you don't exactly know who he's tied to either. If he's a part of any sort of organization, that might give him just cause to come back with even more. But if you at least let it be known that you're willing to overlook this transgression by operating within your domain, and you make that coin the price, it may be a little bit more palpable.
Do we
I
have
like
any
this idea.
information on indiscretions that he's involved in?
Well, if he's a necromancer, he's already indiscretion enough.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be here if he is a
Technically speaking,
necromancer.
technically speaking,
No
the
offense.
Giovanni would take
Yeah, to the Giovanni. but-
would take an exception to something like that, and you could, of course, use that for leverage.
Especially if he has a wraith killing sword.
Okay.
It's not bad.
It's a lot simpler.
Be right back.
I mean, that of course is, beside the point. You could still, of course, rage upon his house and rain holy hellfire down. That doesn't make me no never mind. I just thought maybe offering up an alternative way of getting around this that still helps retain some humanity without the brutality.
Yeah.
Who's good at intimidating? Or is just, let's see, 6 vampires intimidating enough?
I mean, a giant gaggle of vampires isn't exactly something you blink twice at.
I am very good with intimidation when I want to be.
That's true. You have a scary face.
I have a scary
I
face.
expect
I have also
Ben
practiced being an asshole, so it's very nice.
expect Ben is
Harper
pretty good at
offers
that
a
too.
fist bump to Henri.
You have taught me this. I know how to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go have a chat with him. Why not?
He's in our territory and Giovanni territory.
I'm open to negotiation as the first foray. You think you want to try that? And if that doesn't work, then plan B.
Well,
Negotiate. If he does not agree, then rob him blind. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, let's be clear though. We're not really negotiating. It's not like if there's some sort of back and forth. We're just telling him what's what, and this is the tax.
Oh, I see.
So we got to figure out: are we okay with him staying, or do we actually want him out of town?
He should probably go.
Okay.
Yeah, Harper, you would know that even just the slightest word to the Dawn about this guy, and he'd be getting a visit, Don Corleone style. So the fact that the Anarchs are stepping up to try and right, yeah, the fact that the Anarchs are coming up, that's actually good cop at that point.
Where does Giovanni get their horse heads these days?
They just summon them.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's pretty intimidating. I could always tell my Dawn. I can call him.
Do we know how long he's been here in town? Not the Dawn.
Does it matter?
Marcato guy. It's just for ammunition. Make it sound like we knew that he was here.
The more information we have on him, I mean, Harper, if you could use your is it a computer or is it laptop to look up some information? So I like that he moved here.
Did he buy the house?
Does he own? Is he renting? Did he kill someone that was here before? I mean, it looks like he's set up. Cut the bit.
I think he bought the house. But we got some of that information from Ben's guy at Pantheon. Did it say that he owns the house or just lives there?
Yeah, he does not own the house. That is a rental situation.
Okay.
But I could potentially look up the rental situation.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How long has he been there?
Just intelligence and computer again, or tech?
Tech. Well, computer.
And if we could get a previous location for him, like where he came from, I'm very curious.
Where his mail is being forwarded from?
Yeah.
I could look that up too, potentially. Let's see.
Get a bit of history on him. Jerome, I had a question. I sent you a text.
Ew, gross. I'm going to use the reroll.
Oh, wow.
Awful. It's really awful.
All good.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
It's happening. It's starting to happen right now.
What the heck?
All the ones.
It's the balance. You've got Brittany.
I'm sorry.
It's all
I
your fault.
wasted it on something frivolous. that's better.
There you go.
That's much better.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Nice.
Okay. Gonna mark off my reroll.
Yep. So you dig and dig and dig, and you find out that he is Roxy's cousin's brother's sister's former roommate.
Oh no.
No, I'm just kidding.
Which makes them
Oh.
absolutely nothing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
It's just Shelley, stop feeding him ideas.
Yes.
But what does that make us? Absolutely nothing. Which is what you were about to become. Sorry, Spaceballs. So you start doing some digging, and of course, one of the first things that you come up with is previous mailing address. You actually get a copy of his credit report. The free version, obviously, you didn't get the full one. That might have set off some red flags. But the free version obviously has a couple of previous addresses. He's got this one here. He's also got one in Denver, Colorado. And then the other one he had was like Austin, Texas.
Okay. Here you go, boss.
Okay. Do we have a time frame?
Well, how long has he been?
Those don't have time frames, no. Those are just other addresses.
So
you do know that the way mail forwarding works is it works for up to a year. And the move from here out to, or I should say from Denver, Colorado out to Ashland was within the past year. You don't have a specific date. You just know it falls in that time frame. So he could be new, or he could have been here for several months, and it's just now kind of picking up because, rates have been trying to deal with it.
All right. Do we think we have enough ammunition to plead our case?
So
I think so.
are we going in? So Baron, are you going to be speaking, or am I going to be speaking as a mouthpiece, as the intimidator for this case?
I think you just stand creepily like behind her. It'd be great.
I could do this.
Do you want me to do the speaking?
I think as the highest ranking person here, the Baron, would be mean more coming from you.
Okay.
But Benjamin has a title. He could also speak for the group.
Baron, who would you like to be the one who talks this guy to intimidate him into giving us the thing and leaving town?
I mean, I think you're more persuasive for that sort of thing.
Okay. All right. We can do that then. So then that's the plan. We go up, knock, knock, knock. Hey there, noticed you're in town. Found out that you can summon spirits. We don't like that. Get out. By the way, give us the coin, and then you can go. And if he says no, then... Or what's plan B?
I called my Dawn.
You do that too?
Yeah, punch him through the
Yeah,
wall.
maybe
and then
mention.
the Giovanni. Yep.
Maybe mention that the Giovanni are not into sharing that business.
Got it.
I think it would be a good idea if we surrounded the house, maybe watched particular exits. I mean, just in case. I don't know what kind of other stuff he has going on, but
If we split up like that, that might make some of us kind of vulnerable to those raids. If he can make them do things, we might just want to all stick together, because what else is he gonna do? And
I guess
we'll have
that's
the Reverend
true.
with us. If those raids come by, maybe he can do something, protect us.
okay. So maybe we kind of just space out a little bit around the front.
Sure.
And then a small cluster, two or three at the door.
That'll work.
Or should he just invite us into the home? I mean, it's a knock knock. Hello, we need to speak.
No, we should speak at the door. You don't want to go inside a place that somebody like owns and controls, because they're going to own and control that place. Who knows what else he's got in there, you know?
This is true. It was so much simpler
Okay.
when just go and shank someone. So it doesn't. So
I think there's a time and a place.
this is true. I learned a new word, shank. So
We ready?
Okay.
So I'll follow your lead and just come in from behind.
All right.
Excellent.
Are we ready? Everyone have their party favors?
I'm going to take off my jacket. Just have the turtleneck on, so I'm not wearing the whole 3-piece suit. I think it'll look. I don't just and just go full Nosferatu face at that point.
Okay.
When we go outside, Harper puts on her sunglasses and her jacket.
Nice.
Okay.
Let's go.
Sunglasses at night.
Yep.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun,
Ah.
dun, 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 dun.
For more than one reason.
All right.
Damaris?
I mean, I'm gonna go with him.
I know. I just didn't know if you were doing anything special for prep.
As far as prep, I mean, I know this guy's name.
Do some kind of ward on your
I
face.
was thinking of the wards. Yeah, I think I might go ahead and like do one of the rituals where I hold on, let me pull it up here. Sorry, I was.
You may be warding against the race, though, not against him. Again,
No,
I'm not
I think
sure.
she's going to use Augum. It's what she's looking at.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do because I don't have ward versus wraiths.
I'm gonna turn over to Benjamin. I'm like, Benjamin, would it be more intimidating if I do the protean eyes and I pop out the claws? I go, would this be better? I can just kind of stand like this and just kind of like fight on my fingernails.
Growl.
You know what? If I look to you and I ask you a question, that's what you do.
Oh, okay.
That's your response.
So eyes and nails and just go. All right, I like it.
You got it.
So I'm gonna do
Alright.
the Crimson Woad,
Okay.
or sorry, hold on. It's either Crimson Woad or the Inscribe the Curse. Let me just double check.
I believe it's inscribed the curse.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And you
Oh,
guys
this
wanted me
blade.
to take out security so no police came?
Oh yes.
If
Yes.
you could do that before we get there,
Mind.
that'd be great.
I need to be in close proximity. No? Yes?
No, you just
Yes.
you need an internet access point. Well, if you're
Oh.
trying to take it out on site, like keeping the alarm from tripping, yes, you need to be on site. If you're just trying to prevent the police from getting notified, no, you just need internet connection.
Just that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just prevent.
I'm
Oh.
gonna do Mind.
Okay.
Do you want me to
I'm basically-
larceny?
No, it's not larceny. It's intelligence and computers. Difficulty 8. Damaris, you're doing.
I'm gonna do the Mind one
Mhm.
where I basically inscribe the name across her forehead. So I'll basically just write it in, Gaelic.
Sure,
on a
and
like
let
a
everybody
magic
know
marker.
what that does.
Yeah, so basically what it does is the foe becomes confused as parts of his mind become disconnected from one another. They have to spend a willpower point in order to attempt any knowledge roll or use any magical ability or discipline, other than celerity,
Ooh.
fortitude, or potence. And this willpower doesn't buy him a success on that roll. It simply allows him to make it.
To make the roll.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
Nice.
So I
think
shall do
Dahlia
that.
has that one too. It's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's great. But I need a roll, I believe.
And just as an FYI, that particular ability works very similar in LARP, and it puts them in a situation where they have to burn. They basically have to burn traits just to act. So intelligence or like mental traits. So you are basically getting dumber each action. So if you are a Bruja with full discipline, you are dumber than a rock after the first combat round.
Right.
Wow.
it's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
But I'll spend the 3 blood points that it's going to cost to
Okay.
do that.
Sure.
I have to do let's see. Doesn't say I need to make any rolls.
Nope. You just
So
got to
it's
spend the
just-
blood and write it. At that point, it
Alright.
becomes the contested. He's got to spend his willpower to act.
Yep. And it says here he doesn't need to understand language used, but if he can comprehend it, he may resist the curse with wits and an occult roll, difficulty 8. Good luck with that. So, okay. Cool. So that's what I shall do.
Okay.
Harper, real quick, it's with your research. In hobby of mine that Robert used to help me with was this ancestry on the computer. Is there something like if he has living family right now that we can bring, like Benjamin could bring up in the conversation to if we are threatening not just him but his family, is whatever, if he has siblings or children or.
Not going to threaten children. Just putting that out there. Anything else I can work with, but
adult children.
Good idea, but I don't think we need it.
It could be adult children.
Anyway,
I don't think he's old enough to have adult children.
I don't know. I did not have what he is.
Boss, do you want me to look it up?
Sure.
See if he has kids that we can torture. Okay.
Or even family members. I mean,
why are we even bothering to look that up? This is not your guys' policy.
Just to be more intimidating, I guess.
Oh, we were going to torture him? Yeah. Sorry, I was writing notes. I didn't hear that part. We're not going to do some torturing.
So Harper, if you want to make that roll, you can. Your roll that you have, basically what you did is you went in and disconnected the internet connection that he has.
Okay.
Which is what would be tied to let the the company know.
Yeah.
So there's no landline, there's no internet access going into that point.
By the way, I would never torture.
In a dead zone, essentially.
I would just kill him outright.
Okay, I'll make that roll. Just computer and intelligence again.
For what? Oh, you're gonna check on his family?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep. So difficulty 7, go ahead and roll.
Jerome, movement of the mind is intelligence and occult?
Yep.
Okay.
Why do I have to roll 1 every single time?
It's to keep you humble because everybody is still, it's because everybody is still getting a bunch of successes, so you still have 4.
True.
So the dice bot is being. See, George, I know you're watching because I saw you in the chat. At some point, you at least have it on the background. You probably should have been here tonight, even though I know you're busy. Dicebot's giving everybody some big love at this point. So, you hack into Family Search and go look through his his family tree that has been put together, and find the any siblings. He's actually an only child.
Facebook.
Yeah, he is an only child.
No significant others or posterity. Okay.
Nope, nothing like that.
He's single.
I think he leaves a string of broken women.
I'll pass.
Oh yeah.
I don't mean broken hearts. I mean broken people.
Yep.
Maybe we should just, eat him.
We don't need to.
I'm okay with that. I'm always hungry.
Yeah. Right. Let's go do our thing, and if things have to go down, then things have to go down. We'll be face to face, us versus him. We've got this. We all ready?
I
Let's
will
go.
watch if it gets to that point. I'll watch for the coin. I know what it looks like, and I can see it, and I'll try and grab it.
Got it. All right.
So who are the bunch that's going to approach him at the door level? You, me, and Ben?
Oh, where is the reference going to be?
He needs to be able to see my forehead, just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it just has to be visible, that's all. But, I mean, I wasn't sure who was going to approach. I can stand back.
I think Ben and Henri and
Okay.
maybe the Reverend, and then the rest of us behind, just kind of
That'll work.
scattered.
Cool.
All right.
Okay. Très bien.
Here we go.
Okay, so everybody at this point, with their last minute prep out of the way, climb into your vampire mobiles, whichever those might be. You see that the Reverend has shown up on a Harley Davidson.
Ooh. Nice.
His modern steed.
His modern
Street cred.
steed, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you guys all fire up and drive out. You guys have already got the address. You've scouted the place out. You show up in this cul-de-sac, and of course, there's still some places alongside the streets. Just keep in mind that there are houses nearby. You guys do have the visual and the address, so you can see what it looks like. For those of you tuning in right now, this game actually takes place in Ashland, Oregon. We do have a physical location that we're using for privacy purposes, obviously. I am not going to give out the actual address, but safe to say this is a nice cul-de-sac of older homes. This particular one has a driveway that kind of gradually goes down, and it has a nice set of bushes and trees flanking it on either side.
Huge tracts of land.
Huge tracts of land.
When did Isadora get here?
What?
As we're driving, I'm gonna like Benjamin. Shall I be obfuscated and just appear? Would that be okay? I don't know. I'm having fun.
Yeah, a little too much fun, but no. I think it'd be better if he saw us there. That's the intimidating part. And then, if we need it, you put on the scary eyes and scary fingers, and I think that'll get the point across.
All right.
So should we park like right in front of his house, or that's gonna look weird?
Caravan of vampires showing up on somebody's privacy and in a cul-de-sac. Not suspicious at all.
We can share vehicles. We don't have to all be in like our own car.
No, but
I think
Where-
that tech van will be really odd.
yeah, I think we need to like
Unless I
find
have
a,
it disguised as Amazon.
Is there like a place we could park and then walk up?
You can park along the street.
Yeah, just along the street.
Although,
It's a neighborhood.
admittedly, it would be wise if somebody parked blocking the driveway.
Which is, that's actually what I was going to suggest.
I think
like,
maybe
that's
the
what
main
Ben's gonna do.
intimidators should arrive first.
Yeah.
And then we'll just show up.
Okay.
Block the driveway with your car, and then we'll just meet you there.
So keep in mind, it is late at night at this point. So we're talking like maybe 1:30 a.m.
Oh, jeez.
The cul-de-sac is
Might
quiet.
not know.
Most people are tucked away in their bed, or if they are up, they're busy binge watching something on a streaming platform or something,
Or
and
just getting busy.
Or reels.
or perhaps they're doing
They're
the
on
horizontal
TikTok.
mambo. Yes.
He could be out clubbing for all we know.
Doing the mambo on TikTok.
Well, as soon
I
as
don't
we get out, I'm going to obfuscate myself.
Same. I will also do the obfuscation.
Okay. So the idea was to show up in numbers and you guys hide yourselves.
Well, until we get up there, then we're going to show up, obviously. Once we get on the lawn, we're going to park ourselves like gnomes and then just,
Park ourselves like gnomes.
Nice. Vampire lawn gnomes. I'm down with it.
Okay.
Because we're going to be standing
So
out there,
intimidating.
twiddling our thumbs, waiting for him to answer the door.
Are you
It's
going to
not an
have the
expression
actual
that I expected.
hats with the beards and whatnot?
No.
Okay.
We
So-
could
At a
have
different
things.
type of creep factor, but no, that probably won't.
Yeah.
No, once we arrive, when I get to the front there, I'm going to be like behind the two that are in the front. I'll basically be like, I don't know, 5-10 feet behind them.
Okay, so as you all approach, Ben goes ahead. Do you knock, ring the doorbell?
If there's a doorbell, he'll ring.
There is. Okay.
Bing bong.
Yep. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing.
Oh boy, fancy.
So they are the two in front, right? Like at the door?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to position myself to where I'm behind them a little bit, but between their heads so that if he happens to glance like in between, he'll see my lovely forehead
Okay.
just for positioning,
Sure.
just in case.
Sure. So then there were still some lights on inside, but somebody you can see comes walking up and clicks on the light in the hallway behind the door. And then you can hear from behind the door, who is it?
A welcoming committee. Just wanted to have a word with you if you don't mind. Know you're a little busy, but it's kind of important.
Why don't you go ahead and roll your
Persuasion.
manipulation and intimidation?
Okay. Would his enchanting voice come into play?
No.
Okay. And difficulty is 6.
Yeah, difficulty 6.
Oh, I'm gonna reroll.
Man, tonight.
Would be no bueno.
Failure.
And,
I'm sorry I used up all the good rolls.
Come on, no
and I'll
whammies.
spend a willpower this time.
Dang it!
Let's go.
Nice.
There we go. Yes.
Woo!
7 with the willpower.
Wow. Okay. So. So Shelly says, Ben, he's our man. If he can't do it, then Dee's forehead can. So, yeah, ouch. All right. So, he opens the door just a bit.
Emotional damage.
To kind of like peek out with the chain in the way. He doesn't quite see everybody, but he can see shadows of shapes at this point, and he says, I'm sorry, do I know you?
See, that's the thing. You don't know us, but we're getting to know you, and it turns out you're in our territory, pal. You didn't ask to be here. We know what you can do. We know what you're doing. That's bad times. Do you even realize what town you're in?
He's like, he kind of looks at you funny, for a second. He says, I'm sorry, I didn't know I ran afoul of the mob. Like,
You have no idea, pal.
No.
and
not
he's
talking
like,
about the mob.
You're about to.
he's like, all my tabs are current. So who are you with?
Well, let me see if I can get this across to you. And he looks over to Henri. Can you explain that to him, Henri, what we are?
So I get my eyes
Oh my
out.
God.
I get
I
the
get my eyes out.
Oh my god.
I pop the claws out, and then I go. Benjamin was simply the welcoming committee, and I suggest that you listen to what he has to say. So do I roll my
You roll your manipulation and intimidation.
nice? I have specialties in both. So
If only they stacked.
I wish they did. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's MM. Come on.
So what does that mean, specialties?
means you get to roll a 4. If you roll a 4, well, if you have a specialty of 4, it means that you've sort of like an area of expertise or just a specialization, maybe in a particular field. I mean, ideally, if you have a 4 ranking in of that particular ability or discipline, well, not necessarily.
It just means your 10s explode, or
Yes.
like okay,
Yeah, your 10s will count
so
for 2.
Yeah.
okay.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Nice.
Nice.
It's without any 10s.
And I love the fact that both Dale and Todd, their specialties are threats.
I mean, work together.
Yeah.
I also have
So-
persuasion, but that's not specific for this one. So.
And so he sees. So at that point, he sees it.
Yeah.
You know, the eyes and claws and whatnot. And so now he's really terrified. And he's shaking, and at some point, like, he's just he is scared enough at this point that he's not making sense with his words.
Okay. And so when he's like jabbering on and stuff, then Ben's gonna be like, "Hey, Hannah, calm down, buddy, calm down. We can talk about this normally, can't we, Henri? We can talk about this like civilized people. We don't have to do anything to you.
No.
Have to." But
I love
you
this.
know,
Benjamin, no blood yet, right? No blood yet.
not yet. Not
Okay.
yet. I know you're thirsty, man, but hold on.
And she's just like, just totally confused. And he's just like, and the price line and log
Are
jammer.
we sure this is the guy? Just checking.
Yeah, it's him.
Okay.
So, here's what we need you to do, pal. You didn't ask to be here, and quite frankly, we don't want you here. If you were to stay here, that'd be really bad news for you, because you can do things friends of mine can do, and they don't like sharing that toy, where you can control those spirits and stuff. Yeah, not good for you, man. So we need you and those things to get out of town, like, pretty much now. But before you do, there's 1 or 2 things we need from you. A little bit of a toll,
Okay, man. Oh, it's so hard to think. Wheat bread.
No.
I just waved to him from between their heads.
Oh, that's why he's struggling to think.
Yep.
Take your
I
time
mean,
now.
he's just like, I mean, this is going to keep happening so long as Damaris is visible. It's very hard for him to really comprehend it and react to what it is you're saying. And
So,
by this
should I
point,
turn my head?
by this point, he's like, kind of like his hand is kind of like weirdly twitching next to his face, and he's just like,
Oh my god, that
and,
bad?
and he's all,
I didn't
and
know
he's
it was
like,
gonna
and
hit
he's
him
all,
that hard.
yeah,
Jesus.
and he's all touchdown. I'm unpretted.
Oh my god.
How many successes did you get? You really whammied him.
I don't have to roll anything. He's the one that's got to roll
that's
them.
right. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, he's.
And I'm gonna tap Ben's shoulder. I'm like, this might be me. Might be my doing.
Okay, then.
I'll turn my head to the side so it's not visible as much.
Okay.
And I'll just sort of look at my peripheral.
Okay. And so he's
Need
just
a-
like,
like a pretty-
oh, man, what was that?
Well, hopefully it was the.
Why am I
realization
inbreaded?
Did you catch what I was asking you, pal? Or do I need to go over it again?
Could you?
Okay. You know what we are, and we know what you
Kinda.
are. Yeah.
Crap.
Well, here's the thing. We don't need to do anything to you, but we're gonna kind of have to if you don't get out of our town and take those wraiths or spirits or whatever with you. But there's gonna be a toll too. You can't just come here unannounced and not pay the tax.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh. So what? Money?
It's funny. Not exactly money, but we happen to know you got this one special coin. That's a bit of a collector's item. We would want that.
What do you want the coin for?
That's for us for no, and you not to know.
She nudges him, and the manuscript.
Okay, so as she leans forward and whispers like in your ear, he's just all.
No, I turn my head again. I do this
on paper.
I do this number. I basically turn my head and go like this. Oh my god! This poor guy. I do feel bad for him to a degree, but he's also bad news. So I didn't realize it was gonna DD him. So.
Rachel, have you seen where that's coming from? The guy who actually said that?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
I'll have to send you guys the clip. It's bizarre. The guy totally lost it. He was a guy who taught a year, I think, at some California school, and he wrote like a 400-page, like almost a book or something of just random, weird, racist, like insane stuff. And there's a video clip of him where he's breaking down, and that's what he says. He starts going, touchdown on paper, on Reddit.
I've never seen that.
And then at the very end of it, he's all die for like no reason. Just he yells it out really loud.
Yeah, he's out of it.
So I'll show it to you. It's insanely funny. But anyways, back to game.
So then, hearing that from Damaris, then he's like, "Yeah, you know what? While we're at it, I mean, just to make sure that you understand where we're coming from, we're gonna need. There's a special manuscript you have, and we know about this sword, like a katana, whatever. We're gonna need those 3 things, and then you can go."
And so he's just like, but like it's gonna leave me totally defenseless. I'll give you the coin.
Henri, do the thing.
I do like to be a nice guy, but boy, there's got to be some way we can work this out, pal, because otherwise, Henri is going to have to show you what else he can do.
I like swords. I like blood too.
So Todd, roll your manipulation and intimidation again.
That's hilarious.
Oh, let's see this explode.
5.
Another
again.
5. Okay.
Again, no 10s.
That's okay. We'll still take that.
Five's decent.
So I mean,
more than decent.
At this point, he's just like manic. He's starting to breathe like heavily and taking, his breath is becoming much more rapid, and just like.
And so then with that, Ben goes, "Oh, okay. All right, pal. Henri, hey, maybe tone it down a bit so our friend can catch his breath."
All right. So you do not, it's calm down. I'm talking to him like an animal. I'll be like, it's okay. Calm down. It's all right. It's okay.
He ends up passing out on Ben, like just like falling forward and like as he hits Ben, I mean, he's just like the whole thing. He's just like tripping out, and you hear him silently say into your ear, "Unprinted," and he
What did he say?
and he
Well-
just hits the ground.
Unbreaded.
So when I see that happen, I'm just gonna go like, okay, and I'm gonna walk around them, and I'm just gonna go ahead and open the door all the way. And
The
Okay.
race were
Walk in.
inside or Damaris. So
At this point, I'll go ahead and like scoop him up and carry him in, and then be to the rest like, okay, come on in and get the stuff.
Yeah.
but if the items are, I don't understand how the race are guarding it. If we go to retrieve the items, are they going to attack?
Well, you know what, Reverend?
Yeah,
would you
the
be able to help
the
out with
reverend
that?
is like, if y'all kind of part like the Red Sea a second, let me step in there first, just in case.
All right. Enter.
And Sophie would have marked out on the map where everything and everybody was.
Sure. Yeah. So he ends up like holding up kind of like his watch that he has on, and he says, "Y'all hungry?" And he says, "Okay, well there's some goodies. Just do you hold on a second here." And he kind of taps on his watch, and then there is a faint sound of screams coming from the house, and then it's just kind of quiet.
Okay.
Wow.
Reverend, what did you just do?
I took care of the wraith problem.
All right. That's very good. Thank you.
You know what? Yep. The less said, the better. Probably about that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Sophie's not going to ask.
I'm very curious. I want to ask him later. So we will talk later, Reverend, I think.
Okay. Sophie will go inside up to the trophy room and look for the coin.
Okay, yeah, I mean it's all still there. You guys haven't been gone very long. So the manuscript thing was like sitting out on the bar, like where the kitchen and living room kind of meet, and then the sword was in a similar place, but like right towards like almost where the hallway would kind of traverse both the living room and the kitchen and go further back into the house. So it's like right under the very first lip of that island, I guess you'd call it.
So I'm going to go to the sword. Just walk up and grab the sword. I'm not sure. I don't have auspex or anything, so I can't see.
Yeah, Shelley wants to know if you're taking the Highlander sword.
Oh.
Seems like it.
I mean, since we have way of the entire house at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
might
good.
as well,
Actually,
right?
She shouldn't. Dang it.
If there's two swords, I'm going to grab the both swords unless somebody tells me not to. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Sophie, roll your conscience.
Oh, I am grabbing the manuscript.
Okay.
And just
Well-
for shoots and giggles, I'm gonna aura percept the room, see if I can see anything else.
Okay, go ahead. It's empathy and what is it? Yeah,
Perception.
empathy and perception. Difficulty 8.
1 success on conscious.
1 success. Okay.
Empathy
It's tough.
and
You could be torn a little bit, but is taking from a bad person or stealing from a bad person really a bad thing?
No.
right. 1.
Ooh. I should...
She's going to leave the sword.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So are you telling me to leave the sword, though? Because I'm grabbing both.
No, I'm not going to say anything to anyone else.
She's
okay.
just not
gonna
grabbing the
take
sword.
Okay.
I came for the coin. I'm
You
going to
have to.
grab the coin.
Can I look for like bank mail for like bank account information?
You sure can. So Damaris, you only have 1 success. You're really
Yeah.
only seeing the sword and the manuscript. Just called Sparkly. And of course him.
Yeah. What are we gonna do with him, by the way? Should put
Uh,
next to the.
Well, he needs
Can
a
I-
chance to move his stuff out. I
Yeah.
think we ought to follow up on in a day or two to
Can
make sure
is,
that he's making
I
his
want to
way out.
write like a get out sign.
I was just thinking we should write something when he wakes
Yeah,
up.
but I don't know if he has like spray cans. I'll look for spray cans. There we go.
Hold on. You don't need to mess up the house, I don't think.
am
So he's gonna set him down on like a couch in the living room. Does he have like a wooden coffee table or something in front of the couch where he's
Yeah.
at?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
there's
he's gonna
some
lay him
basic
down.
furnishings in here.
Okay, so he's gonna lay him down there, and then Ben's gonna spend a blood to grow claws, and then he's going to etch 1 day in the coffee table and make
Okay.
it like
There you go.
obvious.
Okay.
Then he ungrows his claws. Like, there, that should be enough.
Is the lady still here?
No. Mm-mm.
Can I tell? Okay. I guess if she's not here, then she's not here.
Right. Was there something you're looking for?
No, I just wanted to make sure she was okay.
Gotcha. No, she is not here.
What do I need to roll to look for mail?
To look for mail, you just need to give me a perception and investigations check.
Okay.
Yay, identity theft.
Yeah, run that credit card up.
This is a message, PSA to everybody. Don't leave your statements and stuff out in the open in case you get robbed.
True. Don't leave your passwords on your monitor.
That too.
Or on your
Ooh.
keyboard.
Nobody's calling you to give you $1 million from a sweepstakes. The IRS doesn't want your info. I mean,
And no African prince is interested in you whatsoever.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's just one success, Drew.
Okay. You do find some junk mail. If you want to take time to sort through it, you can. But nothing's jumping out at you in the immediacy.
Sure, I'll sort through it. Just roll it again.
Okay. Roll one more time, difficulty 7.
Okay.
Wow, you found it.
There it is. How did I miss that?
6 successes. Wow.
that's right.
Okay. So you sort through it. You find one bank statement.
Okay. I take it.
Okay. It is, hold on one second. Oh yeah, okay. It is for Silicon Valley Bank.
Okay. I'll play with it later.
Okay.
Which offshore Giovanni account will it go into? If he has any money.
Yeah, that's a big if with the Silicon Valley Bank. Yeah, so okay.
So-
Let's see. So since everybody is doing their thing, then Ben's going to be like, we got everything we need.
And more. Thank you very much. I like this sword. I like both of these swords.
All right.
All right, let's go before we change our minds.
Right.
Damaris, you got the manuscript, right?
I did. She tucks it in her satchel.
Henri got the sword and the other sword.
Yeah, I got both.
So if he doesn't leave, what do we do?
Sophie, why don't you give me another conscience check, seeing that
This is-
Henri has taken the other sword?
This is not Sophie observing. This is Brittany taking notes.
I understand.
Okay. Conscience, you said?
Yep, conscience. I know, darn, huh? Morals.
1 success.
Okay. You're not totally okay with Henri taking that sword. The Highlander one, anyways. The robbery seems excessive. I'll put it that way. It's the same reason why you didn't want to take it.
She'll tap him on the arm and point to the sword and say, "That one's actually a prop. That's not the magic one."
I'll take the Highlander sword. I mean, I've only got 2 in melee. Can I swing it and can tell if this is just a prop or if it's?
I mean, if you want to take it out of its case, sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, as soon as you start taking out of the case, you see Sophie just kind of going like, "Oh," like it's
pretty.
It's actually causing her some disdain seeing somebody
Why?
pulling it out of the case.
Oh.
I mean, do you stop me? I mean, my whole instinct is just to see, is it real? That's why I'm opening it up. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to damage it. I just want to see the sword.
I mean, it's a sword. Do you
That was not a noise of.
Do you have melee?
I have 2 in melee.
Okay, why don't you give me intelligence and melee?
That was more oh, I want this, but it's still wrong.
Intelligence 3, melee's 2. All right. 5. 1 success.
Okay. I mean, it's not quite balanced like an actual sword would be, and the blade is not sharp.
I'm like, it's not even sharp. What would? Okay, fine. I will leave this sword here. So I'm like right next to where Ben carved into the table there. I'm just going to put the sword right there to let the guy know that I held it and I'm letting him keep it.
Okay.
How generous.
You can protect yourself with this.
Right,
Useless.
All right, let's bounce.
You know what? If
Leave him with the Link greeting. It's dangerous out there. Take this.
If he's still here tomorrow, I'm going to come back and get that sword.
As more tax. Sure.
Okay, I mean, that is what
Fair.
we told him.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
We can come back to get the sword, and I can feed off of him and give you the sword. And...
That's not.
Let's
No.
get out of here before Henri gets more ideas.
I didn't say drain him. I just said feed off of him.
Yeah. I know how you feed.
Everybody done? We done?
Think so.
Yeah.
We pack in the Batmobile.
Let's lock the door.
Okay, so
You don't want to be excessive.
politely
This was
lock
all
the
a
door
dream.
behind you.
You dreamed the shakedown.
And all of you drive back to where?
Let's go to the biker bar.
The biker bar?
I don't remember what it's called.
Should we go talk to the ghost? Talk?
Oh,
Well-
the cowboy bar. Is that what
No,
Actually,
the biker bar.
Oh.
There, which is where Millie von Braun hangs out if she's in town.
I agree with Harper, though. I think we should actually go ahead and take the coin.
Well, that ultimately, I mean, we could give it to him or we could give it to the Daughters of Crusoe.
But wasn't our deal we gave it to him so that he could talk us up to the Daughters of Crusoe?
I suppose that's fair. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure what he can do with it. But he can touch the jukebox, so maybe he can touch the coin.
Or at least he can give us further direction if we need to then talk to someone.
Okay,
I mean, you
So
made
then-
a
It's
deal
really
with him,
easy
right?
to get that.
Yeah.
true. All right, to the country bar then.
Okay. So you guys come rolling up. It is hopping again. Once again, they've got cars flanking this particular building, even taking up some of the forfeit here parking. It's after hours, anyways, but as people are really enjoying themselves, and you come up and you hear, "Now don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart,
Oh, no.
I
Oh,
just
Lord.
don't think you understand."
I did wipe the blood off her forehead, by the way.
Okay,
Pulled out a little
probably a
would be,
wise
wipe from
idea.
her back.
Yep.
That would be alarming.
Is this sword in a scabbard?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because I mean, I don't want to leave it in the car, so I would have it strapped to
You
my belt.
you should definitely look at that one. Take it out of its sheath. I want to see what it looks like.
Oh yeah, I'm going to swing this thing a few times once we get on the parking lot here. I'm like, it's like,
Oh, that's not going to be obvious at all.
So, yeah, I mean, it style-wise, it's like an English longsword, but the blade is somewhat black.
I failed on my success on investigating the sword.
Well,
Oh, good job.
So I'm like, I just know it's black.
So he's like
didn't
looking
botch,
at it,
just
kind
didn't
of.
get no successes.
He's looking at it, kind of swinging it around, checking it, checking his balance or whatnot. And Ben, he ends up like clipping the driver's side mirror, just like whack.
Dad, hey, what you doing?
It leaves a good scuff mark, but thankfully it didn't like lop it off or anything.
I am sorry. It's weighted differently. It's a very nice sword. I will put it away.
Do you know how to use that?
Reverend, did he follow us?
Yeah.
Reverend, is this the fennel sword? Is this a fennel sword?
Yeah, I mean he looks at it and he says, "Oh, yeah, that's a fennel sword. You can tell by how the metal and has striations in it. Looks a bit like darker version of Damascus steel, but it has actual fennel crushed up and made within the blade. It's something that helps with the ritual that enables it to defend against spirits, raids, as you might call them.
Is it strong to hold against to clash against another sword?
Oh, it can. I wouldn't do it a whole lot. That's not exactly its design. But in a pinch,
if
sure.
I am going up, yes, I see what you're saying. But I'm just I want to make sure it's not like a glass sword that can only be used against the race, and anything else it'll shatter.
Oh no, of course not. But just I wouldn't recommend using it against a whole lot since you don't really have a means of replacing it.
Right. No, do you feel?
Now, I'm sorry. You were wanting to ask a question there, Harper?
How would the Giovanni feel about a sword that can attack wraiths?
Oh, so you're asking out of character.
Sorry,
They have
yeah.
some. They know how to make
Okay.
them.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad for us necessarily.
So they wouldn't want the sword, so it couldn't be used against.
Oh, they would
them?
100% want the sword, yes.
But for their own purposes.
Yeah, for their own purposes.
Okay.
Pretty much, if it's necromancy, the Giovanni want it.
Okay.
You know.
We can't give it all to them. We have to have stuff for ourselves.
Just the best way to put it is
I know, but I'm
the Empire
I'm
is the Giovanni, and necromancy are Jedis.
Okay.
So if you have necromancy, the evil Empire wants you.
Yep.
I think whoever holds on to this sword, I think it could be a really good resource for certain situations. So we ought to just hang on to it and then pull it out when
I agree.
when things come along.
Yeah.
When
We got a big bad wraith. We got to hit with something. Sure.
right, they're pretty rare, so be good to have one on hand.
With that being said, you might want to keep that in the sheath or keep that away. If this happens to be a haunt and you bring that in, that's going to cause all kinds of problems.
Oh yeah, Mr. Gates is not going to want to see that.
Well, I mean, I can put it in the sheath, but I do not want to leave this in the car, as we are saying it is so
Okay,
important.
why don't I go find him and ask him to come out and talk to us?
Sounds good.
Okay.
So Sophie will enter the bar
I'm gonna walk behind the car and then obfuscate and then just kind of hang out.
Okay. So Sophie, you go walking in. It's like they are rocking at this point. They got karaoke going on. You know, it's a full house here.
Can I guess I'll need to do aura perception to find Mr. Gates.
Yep.
And that's difficulty 8.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
3.
Nice.
All right. So you see that as people are doing their karaoke, they've got a little bit of line dancing going off here off the side. And you can see the shape of what is probably Mr. Gates kind of hanging out there doing his thing.
I can't summon wraiths, can I?
Technically, no, because they're on another plane. But if they were on this plane, yes, you could.
Interesting. Okay.
More of an
but
ST
I mean, he's
ruling,
just
but
across
yes.
the room, so
Right.
That might be a little bit of a waste. So she'll just make her way across the room and try and like make a beeline for him.
Okay. So as you do, why don't you give me a willpower check? Difficulty 7.
Ooh.
6.
Nice. Okay. Although you are not affected, you feel the odd draw to go out to the dance floor to join in for some boot scoot and boogie.
You know, I mean, I'm walking across the dance floor anyway. It's a good cover.
Okay.
I mean, another 2 minutes won't hurt.
Sure.
This
Go ahead
mission.
and roll your dexterity and performance.
She rocked it here last time.
Yep. Don't forget to add your celerity.
Gosh. I can't count this high.
Heel toe, do-si-do. Come on,
Difficulty
baby. Let's
6.
go boot scooting.
Boat, scoot, and buggy.
Cadillac, black.
Wow.
6.
Nice. So you just kind of turn on your heel and like slide right in, like just smooth as butter. As you just join the rest of the group and they're doing their kind of line dance. They're all having, a good bit of fun at this point. And of course, TikTok finds you, as you do. But he doesn't say anything. Obviously, you're in the crowd. You can see him kind of motioning, off to the side eventually.
And Sophie almost forgot what she was doing here. So she'll extricate herself from the dance floor.
Okay.
And head over.
She gets some applause from those people on the floor as she kind of, do-si-does her way off.
She'll blow a couple of kisses just to grandstand it.
Sure. Okay. So off to the side at this point, he says, well, that was unexpected. I did not know you were a fan of the country line dance.
Well, I mean, it's not my normal thing, but, there's a certain energy in the air here.
Well, you certainly made it look like your thing.
So we made a visit tonight. Would you care to discuss with us outside?
Oh, most certainly. Please lead the way.
And she will head back out.
He just kind of humming along as he follows.
So this time she doesn't stop to dance.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you walk outside and he's just kind of following with you.
So when we get back to the group, Sophie will pull the coin out of her somewhere.
From her
somewhere on her
bra.
person.
Oh my!
Our natural pocket. Hello.
She probably doesn't have any pockets in this dress, so
You have two right here.
she will pull the coin out.
Oh, excellent! You were able to obtain it. I trust it wasn't too much trouble.
It so far seems all right. We'll see how things shake out tomorrow. That fellow was a piece of work.
Oh, yes, he was quite dastardly.
So what happens now?
Well, if you could do me the expressed favor of perhaps placing this in a safety deposit box or someplace equally secure, I will let Alice know that her fetter is now safe and secure. And I believe the deal was to give you a good introduction or talk you up to the Daughters of Crucia? Or was there something specific you needed from them?
Oh goodness. It's the Roxy thing that we wanted to talk to them about, right?
Correct.
We had discussed previously possibly getting their help with an investigation that we're doing involving some reconnaissance on a few notable persons here in town and outside of town. That would be the most useful help that's pressing. But I'm sure other things will come along that we could use their help on as well.
I see. Well, I would be more than willing to help bridge that gap and speak to them on your behalf and see what I can do to bring them about.
All right. Millie has my phone number, I believe.
Oh, good.
You said you just want this coin in a safe place. It doesn't need to be anywhere specific.
Oh, heavens no. I mean, if you wish to find some location that perhaps is a bit more personable, that you could personally defend it if the need should arise, I'm certain she would not be opposed to such a thing, so long, of course, it wasn't the Giovanni.
Is there anywhere that would be beneficial to her? Special location around town?
That's why I suggested a bank vault.
Oh, I could do that. Okay. All right. Is there anything else? She looks around.
I don't believe so, unless there was some other questions that you had for me.
Anyone?
Nope. We're good to go. We await Millie von Braun's call.
Well, very good then. It was lovely seeing you again, Miss Sophie, and I do hope to see you again soon.
All right, likewise. Thanks for the assist.
Of course. You can faintly hear him like humming as he floats away.
So I guess I'll put this in the bank.
Don't you have like a safe at home?
I mean, yeah, but
That'd
mean,
probably
it's
be safer.
it would be safer with, at home, but
Oh, you could always give it to Cuddles.
why do you suggest that?
Because he can hide it.
You may not get it back then if that damn cat gets a hold of it.
If you
What he
tell
would
Cuddles
do-
to defend the coin with his life, he'll probably do it.
He might just put it on eBay.
Okay, you know what? Never
I
mind.
can see him
Yeah,
doing
no,
that.
yeah, I can see him doing that too. Yeah, no, never mind.
I can't help you here. Said nothing to do with the Giovanni, so
All right. Well, what's the manuscript look like?
Oh yeah, let's read the manuscript.
Well, that is where we're going to stop for tonight.
Yeah.
What?
For game. So that way we don't get too much further ahead from everybody else.
Yeah.
And Dale
Yeah,
had
3
to
people gone,
back out. So
4 people gone. So
yep.
yeah.
So our next game is actually for this is actually going to be 2 Fridays. So that's going to be May the 10th. Will be our first game. Oh, pardon me. Our first game for this.
Isn't that May the 4th be with you? No.
Is it the 3rd?
No, May
Oh
10th.
yeah. Okay.
Because it's
Never mind.
26th
Oh,
right
wait.
now.
Sorry, I'm looking at the.
Oh my gosh, it's May 4th
calendar.
next week.
Looking at the
Yep,
wrong
May
calendar.
3rd is next
Ooh.
week. Starting to race through the year. So we are not going to have our superhero game tomorrow, unfortunately, because I've got some work that needs to be done here at the apartment, and I have to be out for them to do that. Big drama. Blah. But we will be back again next week with Cyberpunk on the 1st and Street Fighter on the 2nd.
Woo!
Both at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So hope to see you guys there. Have a good night. And hasta
Good
mañana.
night, everyone.
Goodbye.
bye.
There we go.